Traders from around the world, what's going on? It's your boy Ricky Cadden back again with another free real life stock review from Real Life Trading Australia. Hope you guys are doing absolutely sensationally splendid today. It has been a phenomenal profitable week for real life traders here this week. But before we talk about that, guys, let's talk about SPY, the S&P 500. Now, the S&P 500, guys, we did get a little bit of a gap and go just last week. And you can see that if you take a look at the shorter term moving averages, we did come back down to the 50-day, we did come back down to the 50-day EMA to retest and fill this gap. So the volume is currently declining as we're moving higher. So what I do expect, guys, is possibly a little bit more of a sideways movement, possibly even a pullback back down to the 50 EMA to retest and create somewhat of a double bottom. But right now, I'm more so bullish to neutral on the overall markets, guys. I don't see any bearishness in the market just yet. The E-minis, you can see we are slowly but surely trending up to new all-time highs. But once again, guys, declining volume as we are rocking on higher. Here's Peloton. Peloton we did get into. We have been in this one for a couple of weeks. I did draw this blue line back on this bearish day, waiting for this particular retest to happen. And we set this trade up on that day right there. Nice little stop limit buy. We have been consolidating sideways for a little bit of time now, but you can see we are starting to get some increasing volume. Also, if you take a look at the longer term moving averages, we are hitting our head against the 200 simple. So good news is if we can get above the 200 simple, guys, we'll most likely break out, possibly come up to this next level of resistance right here, and then slowly move up to around 132. But with this one, guys, I do expect a little bit of a pullback and then a retracement, and then we'll probably look to exit Peloton on in some strength. Here's PRPL. I did send this trade out to all the traders for the weekly options newsletter trade. Nice little 80% target. We're only looking for an 80% ROI on this trade, but you can see we did set this one up based on these two hammer candles back here. Great volume at a support level. If you take a look at the weekly chart, you'll notice that this is a phenomenal level of support right now. So looking for a little short move to the upside, nothing too crazy, but we'll wait and see how this one goes over the next week. Beyond Meat. Now, guys, Beyond Meat was an absolute perler for pretty much all the traders here at Real Life Trading. We did get in at 110, which is all the way back down here. We're only in this trade for about a month, and if we do take a look here, this was our trade. This is our trade setup. Got in 22nd of May, out on the 18th of June. Small little 23% gain on the stock, nothing too crazy, but all in all, everyone's very, very profitable. So you can see we are currently consolidating sideways, holding above the 200 simple moving average, which is good to see. But if we do get any sort of pullback, guys, I do expect this to be a nice little dip buy. We have got a retest gap here that has not yet been filled. So eventually we may possibly pull back down to that level, and then we'll look to either buy the dip or maybe even sell some puts to get some premium. Here's the ASX 200, guys, and I did mention back in my last review that we were starting to consolidate sideways and be a little bit weak. We did get this great little retest gap down, which is a black candle gapping up, came back up, filled the gap, retesting, and we are currently fading back down lower. So the ASX 200, I do expect us to just consolidate sideways. If you take a look at the shorter term moving averages, we came straight back down to the 20 EMA. Got a request from Mick Johnson and to look at AHI, FFX and ONE. So Mick, if you take a look at the daily chart on the longer term moving averages, you'll notice that AHI is currently sitting at the 200 simple moving average. Volume is declining, not a very liquid stock, I must say. Usually I like to focus on stocks that are around 500k and above, but we are a little bit light on the liquidity side, so I would expect us to possibly just continue to trade sideways at this point. We do have a resistance here at $1.42, but the good news is we did get a nice little pullback. So you can see right now we have pulled back from these highs roughly about 35%, and yeah, I mean, it is a dip buying opportunity. Obviously, back since May, you're buying at a 30% discount, which is not too bad. We are currently in a bullish trend, but I wouldn't be overly bullish just yet until we can start to take out these bearish candles that we've just created the last couple of days. Here's FFX. Now, Mick, FFX is in a bullish trend. Love your work, mate. We did get this white candle gapping up, which, as you know, is possibly a retest gap, which currently we are retesting. Shorter term moving averages, we are back down at the 10 EMA. Declining volume, which is great because we have been going lower. A little bit of a bearish Harami pattern right now. Cute little pennant. Most likely we'll trade sideways that little bit longer. If we are going to break out and go higher, just keep an eye on this level. You will want a solid close above this bearish candle for that to occur. Otherwise, I just see this one. I do expect this one to roll back down to the 50 EMA. Last one you wanted to look at was One View Healthcare, ticker symbol ONE. Now, ONE, we did get this phenomenal breakout. Increasing volume on the breakout, currently just retesting a support, old resistance, new support. Also, not an extremely liquid stock based on the price of the stock, but I mean, the trend is bullish. We have been going, yeah, there's really not that much going on with this stock. So ONE, guys, I do expect this one to just at least consolidate. I wouldn't be buying any dips just yet because we have currently created a new high. But what I would be looking for is a nice little hammer candle, something like this, possibly down at the moving averages, or if we can hold this particular previous resistance slash support level. So wait for that to occur. If we are going to pick up some steam and keep on steam training higher, then I do expect some sort of consolidation or at least hammer candle to come in with volume. Let's take a look at some futures now. The crude oil futures, we are starting to go a little bit higher. I did mention this was going to occur, and you can see we got this very nice little bullish Harami candlestick pattern right now at the highs. So I'm not bearish at all, guys. I do expect us to just slowly but surely grind higher. At this point, we did get a nice little indecision spinning top candle yesterday, but we can obviously break either way. If we do come back down to the 10 EMA, I do expect this to be a dip buying opportunity. Here is gold. Now, gold, guys, I did mention that gold is at a support level and expect it to consolidate first before you look to get in. Currently just consolidating sideways. Wait for a little bit more volume to stack in and a little bit more wicks on the lower side. Get some sort of hammer candle, and then I would expect to take this one higher. Something similar to what happened back here in April before we started to rocket ship higher. And last but not least, guys, the Aussie dollar. Now, the Aussie dollar I did mention I have been mentioning is going to range between around 79 and 75 for a while, and we have come back down to 75. So right now, trying to find some support. Gorgeous little hammer candles. Really nice reversal candles here. Expect a little bit of a pullback and then look to buy the dip. All right, guys, I'll be back on Friday with another free real life stock review. And until next time, love life, live life, and trade it. You guys rock. Bye.